Hi, this is Elizabeth Clare Brewington with Brightside, and now we've got a new name, Discover Brightside, a podcast and video channel. And you've probably seen Joseph S. Sanchez on our channel. We did an interview with him when he launched The Art of Schmoozing. And Joe, we're delighted to have you back, and I'm so excited because this book has been highly, highly anticipated, and many of us, including myself, have challenges now. And so this book is really a must-have, I think, in today. So the book is called How to Think, Focus, and Make Better Decisions More Effectively. But first, let me introduce you to Joseph S. Sanchez, who's a author of multiple books. He is a great speaker. So if you're hosting an event and you want to have him come and do a workshop, and his books primarily help you to be a more effective communicator, a great sales person, or even if you're just trying to fit in into a new job, these books are absolutely valuable. So tell us about this new book and what inspired you to write it.
Yes, thank you for having me. This book I wrote really over my vast experience in business and as an educator. I find that people don't always think the most effective way. They act on impulse or on their own ideas of how things should be done, where sometimes it's not quite accurate. So what I've done is I've come up with what ideas, which I've laid out on how anyone can think more effectively based more on facts than anything else. Now, I'll be the first to tell you that you don't always have the pieces to all the puzzle to make the best decisions. Things change, and sometimes you can't wait for the answer. You have to act based on impulse or experience, I should say. So that's the reason I wrote this book. I've had a fair amount of compliments on it. And in general, I believe that having a system to do something is better than not having any system at all and kind of freelancing it. So this is yet another attempt to harness your thinking and your decision-making process to be able to make the best choice at the time. And essentially, that is the theme of this book and all the other books that I've written, also with Penman Media.
Yes, and we have a series of reviewers with Brightside, and we follow the Brightside empirical review system, which is a 9-point system. And we found that the book really nailed it. It absolutely nailed it. And so let's just go through some of the things. I love the introduction where you talk about taming the whirlwind, the quest to master our minds. It's like, how do you tame your mind? So, especially a wandering mind. So, tell us a little bit about that and how people can improve on that.
Well, first of all, I always get this into every conversation. I've been a meditator for a long time. And the reason I bring it up, and not just my opinion, but you could take it for checking, when you meditate, it calms your mind. You're able to deal with more distractions and less favorable events. So really, the starting point is being able to stay calm and cool and collective as things are going around you that you don't particularly like. So getting your thoughts and mind under control. And the quickest way that I know, and again, I've been doing it for years, is to meditate, which I do every day, twice a day.
Wonderful. Um, and so staying focused, laser sharp focus, helping you with your decision making and asking the right questions. So tell us a little bit about that, asking the right questions. Yeah.
Well, a long time ago, Especially when I was teaching, I would always say that. And basically, uh, the statement I read once, I forget who said it, said basically, if you don't like the answers you're getting, you have to ask better quality questions. And that's really, what it comes down to. I would get a question asked by a student, let's say, and it wouldn't be specific. And I'd say, well, tell me exactly what is it you're looking for. Be more specific. And I remember hearing that as an undergraduate in college as well, where again, so the thing is to be focused on what is it exactly you want. Don't use the approach where you'll throw something out, see what you get. Ask specific questions. And then that answer will probably give you other questions to ask. So by basically like a funnel, you narrow it down, you'll get better quality answers.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Um, and then I think we talked about a little bit about the creativity. So the role of emotional intelligence, I think it is in all your books. Somehow you've kind of weaved in emotional. Tell us about how you came about writing about emotional intelligence and how it helps us with critical thinking and decision making.
Well, yeah, I mean, we all are emotional to some extent, some more than others. And quite frankly, that is not an asset when you're trying to make good decisions because the same thing, I say it all the time. When you're mad and upset at something, that is not the time to make a decision because you're not going to make a good one. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with changing. Nothing is etched in stone. So again, I believe that you have to be under control emotionally so you can look at things objectively. Think about it. When you have a discussion, heated discussion with somebody, you may say things that later on you'll regret. And at the end of the day, you think about it later, you go, maybe I should have said that. And again, I'm suggesting to you that when you're upset, when you're emotional, you do not make good choices. So I know it's hard to do, but you have to kind of, take a deep breath and maybe wait even a day or so before you ask again. So again, being under the right emotional state. And you say that I mentioned a common theme in my other books. Well, probably because I'm a meditator.
That's true.
And that's one of the greatest things that I think that meditation has offered me.
Yeah, I know. I totally agree. And my mother always used to say, sleep on it.
There
She
you go.
always said, never make a decision,
There
you
you
know,
go.
tell someone and I'll let you know. Let me think about it.
Yeah,
So she'd always say, sleep on it.
that,
Yeah. So I agree.
that's the
Um,
way to do
and this is probably the most important thing is learning from failure and adapting to change,
it.
especially in this inflation and this high tech and AI in era that we are, I would call it living through confusion. Um, how does one learn from failure and adapt to change?
Well, we're all going to make failures, or if you don't make any mistakes, you're not doing anything. I remember years ago reading an article in Harvard Business Review about written by a professor about the amount of, and I wish I could remember the percentage, but of mistakes that are kind of expected. If you don't make any mistakes, you're not doing anything. So
Correct.
now the key is easier said than done. When you make the mistakes, you can't all of a sudden become reticent and not decide anymore. So that's not a way to do it. Now, what you have to do are things that I don't always do, but enough. At the end of the day, as I'm trying to fall asleep, I think of events that happened during the day and I evaluate if I didn't handle it correctly or I could have handled it better and really learn from it. And then the next time it happens, I get the flag that comes up and says, Joe, remember, yada, yada, yada. And again, so what's the key word here? You can't be intimidated by mistakes. It's life. You know the story about Thomas Edison, all the thousands of times he failed before he succeeded.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people probably wouldn't do half of it, but the point is again that everything is a learning experience. Everything. You never know, you never have all the answers to anything. But you got to be willing to take a chance.
Yeah.
Success often is a byproduct of having tried something over and over again. How many businesses have gone out of business, Chapter 11, only to resurface again later and be successful? So you shouldn't be afraid of making mistakes. Learn from it.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. And you just need to shake it off and just move on.
Yeah,
uh,
absolutely.
yeah.
Without a doubt. Without a
Uh,
doubt.
so, so my favorite part of the book is your final chapter
Okay.
because it's kind of like a blueprint, and there's some very, and I don't want to give away the book because we want people to buy the book,
Okay.
but I think that it's really well put together, putting together a holistic approach. So without giving away the book, tell us a little bit about this holistic approach, and then your journey towards coming towards this holistic approach.
Well, I mean, in a very raw essence, it's really, I think, it's kind of common sense, but I've been saying for years that common sense is not so common. So really, it's just it's a matter almost like organic. You want something pure. You want something that's effective. And I think sometimes, as I had a professor, he used to say, sometimes you're so smart that you're stupid. Keep it simple.
Yeah,
That's another that I always focus on. Simplicity works. I've said that a bunch of times.
that's right.
Complex denotes ego. And if you want to show somebody how smart you are, yeah, you can do it. However, at the end of the day, just down to basics, and just do one foot in front of the other. Again, confidence, having the right mindset. That, as we talk about, attitude determines altitude. Again, a cliche been used for years. It's true. If you approach an endeavor with a negative state of mind, or just a perspective that isn't doable, workable, you can't expect to succeed, or at least for most part. So again, just keep it simple, keep it basics. Don't look for something out of the ordinary.
So get the books. We highly, highly recommend that you get the books. And right now we've got a couple of bookstores that we're working with. So if you're a bookstore, let us know so that we can give you the collection. And you can get a great wholesale price for these books. But we want you to try to get the whole collection. So whether you're working towards getting a job or keeping your job. We talked about the 90-day rule, that you want to keep your job for 90 days. So being an effective communicator, and with the vast experience that Joe Sanchez has, that he's offering you in his books, and especially because the book is so light that you can carry it and you can read it, on the subway, or you can read it when you get back home. So wherever you are. So this is a magnificent collection. Joe Sanchez is also available for speaking. So whether you're doing a virtual event on Zoom, or whether you want to book him to speak, he's also available for that. But we want you to really look at the book, think, focus, better decisions effectively. Try to get the whole collection. Everything is available on Pen Men Media LLC. And tell us a little bit about Pen Men Media LLC.
Penman Media is a publishing company that I founded to essentially publish books on self-help. And if you go to my website, you'll see the 3 other titles that I've written, including How to Think. And recently, I've added a free ebook, how to navigate through difficult conversations. You could just simply, there it is there. You could simply hit the link, give me your email address. We will provide you the link to to download this particular book for free. And then every month you'll be hearing from me with different with newsletters on related topics. My motto is guiding you towards excellence and greatness. I'm an educator by heart. I was an adjunct professor for a while, so I like helping people. It's in my nature, and I use a combination of my experience. I research information as well. So I believe that I do all I can, and there'll be more to follow, to give you books to help you grow as a person. I'll give you a quick idea. My first book, The Art of Soar Like an Eagle, excuse me. This book is about 20 chapters, and each chapter it starts from your performance on a job, how you can enhance it. I go into financial for yourself, financial planning. Well, it's more than financial planning, but how to manage your finances. I also go into relationships at home, uh, exercising, health, and basically, if you do any of the points in there, have about 20 of them, your life will get better. And that's the foundation, basically, of what I try to do. I try to make it easier for people to take advantage of the talents, abilities, how to plan, how to save money, how to pay your bills. It's pretty thorough. And again, I don't do it in a lot of pages because I don't believe in reading long books. We all have too much to do, so I consolidate stuff. But again, I urge you to visit my website, Penman Media LLC. You could buy any of these books through there. You hit the link and you'll go right to Amazon. And again, you'll be hearing from me on a monthly basis.
Wonderful. So there you have it. Get one book, get all books, and if you don't want to pay for them, you even have a free download. So Joe has made something for everyone. So we encourage you to get the books. You're going to see a lot of Joe Sanchez on our channel. He'll be here to speak at our conferences, at our webinars, and now we will be offering even more cities. So I know some of you may not be all in North Carolina, but we will be coming to you in different cities as well. So make sure you hit the subscribe button. If you're watching this video on the Joseph S. Sanchez channel or Penman Media LLC channel, make sure you hit it. And if you're watching it on Discover Brightside, make sure you subscribe. And write us a comment so that we know that you liked the video and you got the book. Snap a photo, put it in the comments, and we'll give you 2 free tickets to our next show recording or conference. So thank you for watching Discover Brightside, and we hope to see more of you. Okay.